Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share a very exciting product that I've been using for almost 2 months now, which is this MusicShare X7 tube integrated amplifier that currently retails for $1,500. This is the newer version with silver film capacitors and balanced input with MusicShare branded KT88 power tubes made by Pervain. Offer two different functions and two different mode, which is ultra linear mode, which can give you 45 watts of power, and triode mode, which will give you 25 watts of power. So in my system, I try both of those different mode and I end up preferring triode mode only because ultra linear mode sounded a little lacking in overall warmness in upper range of frequency for my personal taste. So I end up only using triode mode, integrated amplifier, or you can use external preamplifier stage to drive this X7 as a power amp. Moving magnet phono input and balanced input with two line level input. I try all of it. Most of my music listening, I use either balanced input or phono stage in my system. This X7 built really nice, very solidly built automotive style coating on the chassis with very nice brushed aluminum faceplate with nice VU meters. For the bias adjustment, you can use this knob for these KT88 tubes in the back. Out of factory is very accurate. I don't need to readjust it. For the protection, it comes with this tube cage. So this one, I don't use it at all. If you have pets or small children, these are good to have, but these cage can get pretty hot as well. Limited functions with remote control, but mainly either you use mute or volume gain settings, so that's about it. $1,500 that you are getting this kind of build quality with the sound quality that it can show for exceptionally good quality for the price that you are paying it. Also, I try phono stage with Denon DL301 Mark II MC cartridge using Sony HAT30 step-up transformers. Totally enjoyable and I could live with it. So that kind of sound quality that it can provide. Right, I try with a few different speakers, including recently reviewed CSS Audio Tori S4 sealed speaker. It sounded very good. Deep, rich, and forgiving sound that it can deliver. Totally enjoying that combination as well. Then I switch it over to KLH Model 3. It also shows the KLH Model 3 open and dynamic sound signature with neutral tone, but it has nice hint of tube warmness and richness and mid-range accuracy that it can produce. So that is a nice pairing as well. And also I try CSS Audio 2TDX and same thing. I mean, just give me more resolution and more depth and more articulated bass. So those kind of differences. For the driving those speakers, this one have no problem driving them in my average listening level, which is around 55 to 65 dB range. My reference level is from 70 to 80 dB range with 85 dB peaks. Pairing with all of my speakers, including these JBL L100 Classic 75th and Pioneer TED S1EX, 5 different pairs of speakers that I tried doesn't exceed 9 o'clock position unless I pushed it hard, right? So I will get to that later. Fitment and everything is very nice. Even inputs and outputs in the back, those RCA connectors are very, very good quality. Phono stage is a big plus. Although I didn't test it with moving magnet because I don't use any moving magnets cartridges. I only tested with Denon DL301 Mark II using SUT and sounded phenomenal. Deep and rich bass quality with very good articulated notes and upper bass too. The mid-range transition areas are very well produced with overall everything come together very nice and deep and wide soundstage that it produced. And articulated notes in middle bands are very precisely reproduced with human voices are right here in the middle. Nice precision to it. Holographic musicality and notes are very well reproduced. Channel separation is very good. X7 is rated for 92 dB signal to noise ratio from Music Share, but when I pushed it 95 point something max to like 101 dB peaks, right? No problem driving that much of a loudness using this JBL L100 Classic 75th. That kind of loud level, the volume control is going to be almost like 1 o'clock position. It will not be any louder after that, but even that kind of loudness level, very well composed and controlled sound. Although the bass will get a little lighter and sound staging may not be as good as a lower level like 80-85 dB range, but it can be done. So 92 dB signal to noise ratio is conservatively rated in my opinion. Performance is very good, price is right, and build quality is great. What not to like for this price point? If I have to start a new system right now, this Music Share X7 is gonna be my main amplifier and I will build around it. For the pairing wise, I like the best with SMS and SUX DAC for digital music playback. Pairing with this Pegasus 2 is slightly more richer than I would like, a little too warm for my taste. For the sound sample in this video, you will hear it with Phono Stage playing with my Denon turntable. So then you may have an idea of how good the internal built-in Phono Stage is. ESS chip-based DACs are very safe bet if you are using stock 12AU7 tubes, but I rolled it with Apos Audio Ray 12AU7 tubes and it gives me better resolution, yet musicality is more enjoyable compared to stock 12AU7. Stock 12AU7 can sound a little thin with some pairing, so depending on what kind of deck you're gonna pair with. If you're gonna use Phono Stage, this one has a pretty capable built-in moving magnet Phono Stage that come with it. The bass quality using internal moving magnet Phono Stage with Sony HAT30 SUT sounded so deep and articulated bass notes with very refined sound to it. I haven't found anything that I don't like about this Music Share X7. Only thing that I don't like is they have like a rubber padding underneath the footers. So those are a little slippery. Other than that, I have no problem. So overall, pairing components and sound quality, I mean, it can get away with any kind of deck at all, pretty much in general, right? But I'm very picky when it comes to decks. So in my case, I love the way that they sound with SMS and SUX. I dearly love the way they sound together with my turntable setup. That's where I fall in love with it. Another favorite part of this Music Share X7 is point-to-point wiring. If I have to choose any kind of tube amplifier, I would love to have point-to-point wiring because if it's something go wrong, I can fix it myself and easier to fix, right? That is another benefit of going with this X7 with hand-built point-to-point wiring. As you can see it here, inside is very cleanly built with high quality parts in there. The silver film capacitors, high quality resistors, and everything combined for $1,500. We are having bargain of the century. This MusicShare X7 is exceptionally musical, exceptionally good sounding with very capable power delivery. Please don't get fooled by 25 watt rating in triout mode, because when I drove it to 101 dB peaks using this, JBL is using that triout mode 25 watts of power. The taps in the back, I tried both, right? 8 ohm tap and 4 ohm tap. With this JBL L100 Classic 75th, I like the best with 4 ohm tap. But with this Pioneer TED S1EX, I like it best with 8 ohm tap. So that is, you have to play around with it a little bit. Best part is, I will be keep on using it because I fall in love with it. One of my reference track, right, that is the artist name. Her name is Wong Sang. She cover You and the Night and the Music, right? The jazz cover, the upright bass, the vibrations of the wooden upright bass, those kind of musical tones are properly reproduced and so realistic. And probably like a minute or half into the track, that will be like a small effects or small tones or those kind of filler notes are going on around. So it's gonna surround me and it will give me a true holographic stereo image and immersive soundscape that it can produce. It's gonna be depending on what kind of speaker you're gonna pair with, depending on what type of room you have. $1,500, I get that kind of music listening experience. I mean, I had those kind of experience, right? Listening to these kind of Accuphase E4000, and they are high price integrated amplifier, no problem doing that. But $1,500, I have that kind of experience. I mean, if I don't have this Accuphase E4000, I could live with it. That's how much I love this MusicShare X7. So that's it, my friend. I can keep on going it all night, but that's all I want to share for today. I may have more videos in the future with this X7 with chip rolling and all that. So, I mean, if you are in the market for very musical, reasonably priced, high quality, high-end sounding tube integrated amplifier, I can wholeheartedly recommend it to you to enjoy your music, my friend. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Let's go downtown and walk around tonight. Let's go sit across some table and feel lucky. You will point out something perfect in this life. Come on, let's go walk around. Come on, let's go walk around. Yes, I've seen it, oh, I never did before. How these steeples in the skyline look so lovely. I am both down, and I couldn't love you more. Come on, let's go walk around. Come on, Walker and